Well, I wasn't expecting to be inside this door quite so quickly again. Problem I've got is the window won't come down, and I think this has been caused because we had some rather cold weather recently. The window froze. Obviously we've operated the switch, and what's happened is the mechanism is basically stripped because the window was frozen up. It goes down about ½ an inch, which is not an awful lot. According to the manual, you need to drop the window about 200 millimeters in order to undo it and to be able to get the thing out. I can't do that, so obviously this is going to be a bit of a fiddle. What you got inside of this door is a mechanism with 2 runners on each side, cables that run top to bottom to lift the window up and down. What we're going to need to do is to release some screws. There's one in here and one there at the top, and we've got 2 more screws down here, 2, and then you've got the motor in the middle here. We've then got to unclip. We've got to unclip the window from the actual sliding mechanism. Now, according to the book, that's a plastic round circular lug that goes through the window, and I'm going to have to feel up and try and ease that lug out and lift the window away from the mechanism so that I can bring the mechanism hopefully out through this hole. I've already stripped down the door panel. If you want to see how that's done, then take a look at my video on replacing the door lock, which is what the one I did most recently. Okay, let's see how we get on. Well, I've had a feel inside and I can't feel or see this so-called plastic lug that I've got to release to get the window released from the mechanism. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to undo these screws and drop the whole mechanism down into the bottom of the door, and hopefully that'll lower it enough that I will be able to see what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to, these are like keyholes here, so all you've got to do is just loosen each of the screws. Now, I've got one just in here. There we go. This, by the way, is a, what is it? It's a Torx 30 screw. And I've got one more just in there. Right, that's all of them released, and lowering down. Right, we now have a bit of a gap here. There we go. Right, that's one side off, so I'm going to make sure that I don't lose the window. And what I'm going to do is tape it up. So like this. I want to pull it back up now that it's released. So just pulling it up like that and stick it down. And that will hold it, hopefully. Let's put another one on just to make sure. There we go. Right, moving on. I'm going to try and release the other side now, and so that I can see what's going on. There we are. I'm going to pull back that plastic and see whether we can release this side as well. There we are, it's gone. I'm going to tape this one more time. Okay, at the front this time, like that. Oh, there we go. And I know that's now not going to move with a bit of luck. Right, now we're going to see whether we can get the whole mechanism out. There we go. That's the electrics off. Right. Well, it should come out. Let's see whether we can get it out. Okay. Shift that over a little bit. Alright, don't want to come that way. Let's try the other way. Cable loom in the way. There's one off. And there's the other off. Tra-la! It's out. Yeah. So there we are. Nothing obviously wrong with the mechanism. So almost certainly it's the motor that's at fault. So my solution to this is basically replace it with a whole new mechanism. So let's get another mechanism. My new parts turned up, cost me £15, and I bought it online on a very well-known marketing website, which I'm sure you all know. Good news is it's from a 2013 car, so it's about 6 years younger than mine, which is excellent. So the first thing I've done is I just want to make sure that it works. I've just plugged it up roughly, and that's all working really nicely now. So while we're here, actually, if you ever get into a situation where you need to replace the window, for instance, then obviously you don't need to take this whole mechanism out. This is the plastic bits that held the window, which I pulled back in order to release the window. With it all in situ, if you were to pull back on those plastic lugs, release the window, and then pull the window up at the back here, the whole window will come out from the top part of the door, and you can slide in a new window and then just locate it back into these plastic lugs. Anyway, this is all now working. I put a small amount of grease on this cable, which this cable actually runs along the metalwork here, just so that it slides nicely, because the whole thing came absolutely clean. I think someone cleaned it before they sent it out to me, and which of course means they've taken off all the grease as well, which doesn't help too much. So I'm now going to put the thing back into the car and see where we can get the whole thing assembled properly. I just had a quick go at this and found that the screws at the very top of the brackets were actually getting in the way. So I've taken them out, and they're getting in the way because the window is still here, and you've actually got to get the bracket this side, the door side of the window. So the screws, I've just taken them out. I'm going to open the whole lot up, and then I'll put the screws back in. So that's one side in. Let's pop this side in. There we go. Right, just feeling in behind, making sure the bracket's in the right place, which is there. And that's one side located. I'm going to do the same on this side. Again, this one, I can feel it, it's just on the wrong side of the window. There, I brought it back around the right side of the window, and I've slotted that in, and actually the motor has dropped in quite nicely already. Now I can look and fit these screws into the very top part. Nice and tight. Just going to locate this screw to start with before I go any further. Now, putting my hand inside, I want to just lower the window down. Okay, that's all the tape released. Just bringing down the window. So the trick to getting the window back in appears to be getting the front located first, and then the back will drop in. So I'm just putting my hands inside. I'm pulling back on the plastic, and the bottom one is going down. There we goes. Okay, hasn't quite located. So I'm going to try the back one now and see whether it all comes good. Back one's going down. Oh, that sounds like the front one's gone in, which it has. And the back one, go on, in you go. And there you are, 2 healthy clicks. Window is now back in. Just checking the rubber on the outside of the window and just pulling it out a little bit. There we are, that's out. Just checking around. All looks good, which is fantastic. Now, in theory, this goes up and down. How good is that? So, back to reassembling now. Right, let's start with this. Now, I've got the door window control module, which is this one here, and that's got to go back on. That's good. So there we are, all done. The window mechanism is all back together again, and it cost me the princely sum of £15. Second-hand part, why not? It's an old car. It just shows you how cheaply you can repair a car if you're willing to have a go yourself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing to me, that'd be great. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down if you don't like it. Also make some comments as well. I do love to read the comments, whether they're positive or negative, and share your thoughts. It's always good. Anyway, catch you on the next one.